Welcome to Cash Grab, the podcast where we go through different franchises that have been turned into video games and decide if they're cash grabs or not. I'm Steph.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Tom. And you are...
I've already said my name.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I liked what you've done there, guys, but...
That's the best intro we've ever had.
I think so.
I enjoyed that.
I think so.
You had fun with that?
50th take
We
lucky.
should create our own a cappella theme tune. To
Like a Cash Grab
podcast.
theme tune?
Yeah.
Well, should we just take another theme tune that's already done and just...
How about... Bum, 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 bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum. Sounds familiar.
No.
Huey Lewis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Huey Lewis, yeah. I want a new drug,
What was it?
exactly.
I want a new drug. Yeah. Oh, dear.
We'll get to that. Anyway, how have we been, guys?
Very good.
Well, I'm all right. I'm all right.
How you feeling, Tom?
I'm okay.
You
Better after
yeah.
last time?
What happened last time?
You missed the episode because you were...
Well, the thing is, I haven't listened to the episode yet, so how much did you
They know
reveal?
you pooed yourself.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, that did happen.
It was the day after your birthday, so...
Yeah, we let you off.
In a way, I find that more shameful, because I thought to myself, if I shat myself, I would have liked to have... I wish it didn't happen full stop. But if it was going to happen, I wish it happened when I wasn't conscious, rather than the fact that literally all I did was I was lying in bed and I was kind of recovering, and then I was like, I'll do a fart, and I shat myself, and I was like, oh, what a time to shit yourself. So yeah, I'm definitely in a better place.
So the part I
now.
found
Good.
worse about it
Go on.
was that your birthday was on a weekday.
Yeah. So even more sad, I shat myself on a Thursday. What a day to shit yourself on, eh? Yeah, it was
God.
sad. So I'm doing a lot better since then.
Anyway,
Good.
have we been playing any games? Anything new?
Go on, Adam. You first.
No.
Oh,
That's exciting. Tom?
right. I completed Dragon Age, right?
Okay, that's what, third time?
Yes, I think so. Maybe fourth.
Okay.
Awesome.
But I got my heart broken.
If
a
you're about
series of events led me on a strange spiral, and the person that I romanced in it fucked me over, and it left me with a bit of a
No.
gaping hole in my heart.
The person that you romance,
Oh,
can
no.
you choose who you romance?
Yeah,
okay, so it's like
different.
Same as like Mass Effect, innit? You
Ah,
can do
okay.
that.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. So that the characters have different tastes and stuff. So there's one who's a lesbian, and there's a guy who's got fucking horns, and he'll go for whatever, man or woman. You can be any race,
He's
any
just,
Fair
he's
gender
just
you
game,
want.
yeah. He
Oh,
does.
he
Yeah.
doesn't give a
No, I
shit.
couldn't
He's
care.
just I'll take what I can. At the end of the day, he was born with horns. So
Is that not just his race?
He's got a pretty big libido.
It is his race, but
So his race are born with horns.
yeah.
So he's not like a one-of-a-kind person born
No,
with
but
horns.
he's one of a kind in the Inquisition.
In the
There's
game,
none
yeah.
other like him. So I guess he's of the opinion that I stand out a bit. I can't really,
I was born horny. I'll tell you
he
what
was
I get.
born horny.
Oh.
Exactly. So he just takes what he can get. Yeah.
Fair enough to him.
So I got my heart broken. So then I took a bit of time out, and I started reading to calm myself down. And now I've started a playthrough on nightmare mode.
Nice.
Oh.
So I'm giving that a go, and I'm about 8 hours into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So it's going good. So I'm still on it.
That's good.
Still fucking on it.
Still
it's
going, yeah.
58 hours now.
Jesus
it's fucking
Christ.
a lot, isn't it?
Jesus.
Yeah. And how about you, Mr.
How about
Steph?
you? Yeah.
If you talk about the fucking Assassin's Creed festival shit any more time, I'm going to blow my top.
So
right
I've been
now.
playing Final Fantasy 15, and there's this pretty
Choose
cool
your
festival,
words
and it's about
fucking
Assassin's Creed.
carefully.
No,
Are
no.
you fucking serious?
No, that's long gone, mate. I've
Good.
done all that. It's boring.
Hoping.
No, actually, no, it's
Shit.
pretty cool, actually. I quite enjoyed it.
It's fucking
But there's
shit.
not much to do, so once you've done it for
Much
2 hours, you're
like
done.
a lot of the Assassin's Creed games. Oh. controversial.
Not that
No, there's
controversial.
quite a lot to do in them all.
Yeah, but it's repetitive. Once you've done it,
It is
you
repetitive.
find that you're doing the same
Yeah,
thing
yeah, it'll give
endlessly.
you
So
that,
actually,
yeah.
there's not a lot to do. There's
Yeah.
7 key things to do that you do endlessly.
That's why I got
Yeah.
bored of Black Flag, but apparently it's the best one. So I bought it
It's
again
the
for
only
PS4.
Black
one-
Flag's
It's the only one
good,
that I actually
like that.
didn't
Yeah, because
really get
I
bored
got
of.
bored when I was just sailing around the sea, shooting other ships to get materials to upgrade my ship.
But
Yeah,
you
but
know
it's
what?
so different to the other Assassin's Creed
Yeah, I
games, which
agree.
are
I
all
found
the same.
myself.
But
you
it
know what?
doesn't stop the fact that it was repetitive.
It's the
Yeah.
first game since Vice City that I was happy to just cruise.
Yeah, I
Because
kind of
in
was.
Vice City, I would just drive around and listen to fucking Michael Jackson, and loved that. I would just cruise around the Caribbean,
I did
listening
the
to
same
sea
thing.
shanties. So actually, the cruising part of it, I found the most fun. I never fast
I
traveled.
don't know what it was. I
Those
didn't
sea
get gripped
shanties
by
were
it.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, they were brilliant. You know,
Yeah.
they're performed by like a proper sea shanty group.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fucking brilliant.
But I just bought it on PS4
Good.
because it was on sale for like £6. So I was like,
Worth every penny.
yeah, go on. It's
Yeah.
you know,
Worth
if I
every
play
penny.
it for 3 hours, you know, it's worth it, innit?
You'll play it for more than
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, playing more Final Fantasy 15.
that. Mhm.
I got my platinum in Undertale,
Yes.
and then I bought Hitman and Lara Croft Go for the PS Vita.
Oh,
They're
I've never
like,
even heard.
yeah, they're like these weird like top
sorry.
down like puzzle kind of games.
Sorry, I didn't mean to burp. Have some water.
But yeah, so like top down puzzle games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what they are, but they went on sale and now like
Hitman puzzle game. I
Yeah.
can understand Lara Croft because like Tomb Raider games have always had a puzzle
Like
element.
puzzle element. I
But
suppose I
Hit-
can,
But the thing
can
is,
see,
I
I can
haven't-
see a Hitman puzzle game as well, though, because
I haven't actually played
it's
it
all
yet.
about
So
trying to figure out how to get to the
yeah, to get you to
Person
the
you're
target.
gonna murder.
the person you're going
Yeah.
to murder. So it's kind of like a maze type.
In many ways,
Situation.
if you are a hitman, it's almost a bit of a moral puzzle, isn't it? Because you're paid to kill someone, but you might actually not necessarily dislike the person. You know,
No,
they
if you're a
might- they
hitman,
may be good
you'd be
people.
happy doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Do you
Get
know what I
paid
mean?
well.
Because they may be
It's-
good
it's
people.
what you do.
No, because somebody would say, take a hit out on. Who's a good person in the world? Name a good person in the world, because I can't think of any.
They're few
Hamill.
and far between.
So yeah, Mark Hamill.
He's a
Mark
good
Hamill.
person, isn't he?
Probably.
So Mark Hamill.
I don't know, I've
right?
never met him.
No, neither have I. But
He comes
seems
across as
like
a
nice
lovely
guy.
man.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If you're a hitman and
He's an
somebody
actor,
said
guys.
execute Mark Hamill, shush now, execute Mark Hamill, like that's a moral puzzle, isn't it? Because you're getting paid, say, $50,000.
I think Mark Hamill's worth more than that.
Yeah, I would be
Definitely
asking for
worth
more than
more than
$50,000.
Right.
Well,
Because
more.
especially
well, look, I'm
with
undercutting the
especially with,
competition,
like,
so I'm going to get the fucking
exchange
contract,
rate,
aren't I?
you're losing
You
out.
guys on like $100,000 or some shit. I'll be there like, give me
More than.
50 grand, be done in a second.
Yeah, but
You
people will be
don't- you don't
willing
mind it
to
if,
pay
like,
the
I
higher
leave all the-
prices for the better quality of death
I was
that we would
going to say,
provide.
I'm
Yeah.
bound to leave like a huge trail
Yeah.
of like evidence and stuff. Literally just like bloody shoes leading up to my
You'll
like,
leave your-
temporary hotel
You'll leave your
room.
diary page there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just killed Mark. Feel a bit bad. No more Star Wars movies. Yeah. I'm not going to kill you, Mark. I'm not going to kill anyone.
As you said, he's a good person.
You're a good person, and I don't kill good people.
Oh my god. Anyway, I haven't actually played these Go games yet, so I don't know what they are. So
Okay.
I might be completely wrong when I say they're puzzle games.
Wouldn't it be funny if literally they were just like literally what we just said? If it was just like Hitman having a
On, like,
crisis of
celebrity,
conscience.
yeah.
Celebrity Hitman. That would be fucking brilliant.
Press A to get through this. He's just there gripping his head like, oh!
You know what? First 3 levels of Celebrity Hitman. Let's think of the first 3 hits, just out of the blue. Because I'm thinking, right, D. Trump, K. Kardashian, and perhaps... Oh, no, because I think you could do K. Kardashian and K. West as like a double hit. Like 2 in 1, bang, bang.
Yeah, fair
You know,
play, yeah.
they are married, so they're probably going to be in the same
I
place.
forgot they were married, yeah.
Yeah. And then number 3, Mark Hamill. Just to throw a bit of a
This is
toss
where the
up in
puzzle
there.
comes in.
Yes, exactly, and that's where the moral dilemma comes in.
Because the others are quite straightforward.
Yeah, but you still have to kill a man. So it's still like, you still have to go through that. No matter who the person is, you still have to kill someone.
It's
This
true.
is true,
It's
this
like
is
it's
true.
like the
It's not an easy thing to
soldiers
do.
recounting killing for the first time in wartime, and they you know they're being told it's their enemy, but yet they still, you know, they've still got a mother and
Yeah, exactly,
kids
yeah,
and a wife potentially.
They're still human.
They were loved by somebody. Loved them.
They're just
They
following
were
orders.
They were a child once.
Why are you both looking at me?
Anyway, should we get on with it?
Yeah,
Let's get on with it. So, should we mention our mate?
Yeah, so we had a commenter or a listener.
Yeah.
A
I
listener.
hope both.
Yeah, well, he left like a really good list on one of our YouTube videos.
He did, and thank you for that.
Yeah, and then he tweeted us with another game, which is what we're doing. So
Yes.
Daniel Martinez.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
very
good
much.
sir.
Yeah.
Keep sending suggestions, because obviously we pay attention to those that listen to
That
our
are helping
podcast.
out. Yeah, no, but he sent a really good listing. But then the one
Yeah.
he tweeted was Ghostbusters for the
Yes.
Megadrive.
And that is what we are tackling.
And that's
is
what
it.
we're going to go for.
Hot damn. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm getting my notes ready.
Right.
That's how excited I am.
Yo,
I can't sit still.
the rustle of
You
paper.
know when I've got to
Yeah.
flip my notes about,
Yeah,
I'm fucking
that's it.
excited, I'm ready. I'm
But
ready.
hopefully
I'm ready
this,
for some good talk.
I hope this lives up to your expectations, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this is our most disappointing episode by far, I say just don't comment ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In fact,
we're
slander
really-
us. Slander our name all over the internet.
Well, don't put
No,
pressure
listen,
on us.
any publicity is good
Yeah.
publicity. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, very good.
If
Daniel
people-
doesn't have to give us publicity. We should be doing that.
Yeah, but we are also extremely lazy, and clearly, and clearly Daniel is like not. He's quite an ambitious go-getter because he left us a very precise and detailed list of things. So he's like, obviously we are assuming what you're like, Daniel.
Yeah.
And like, if you are listening, by all means, like correct us or correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, you're just going
But
to send us a comment going, I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Now you've said that, it's gonna be that, isn't it?
It's going to be great.
Daniel, don't do
I
that.
can't wait.
Say I'm a bit lazy if
Yeah,
you're that way.
switch it up a
inclined.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Add a word in there.
I am lazy.
I
not
am
I.
lazy.
Yeah.
Or just bad grammar. I are lazy.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
So,
Okay.
have any of you seen Ghostbusters before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of
You'll be
course,
pleased
we
to know
all have,
that
yeah.
we've watched it. Yeah.
Right, so what year did Ghostbusters come out?
Right. it was
1984. Beat you to it.
Fucking
Damn.
arsehole.
God, he was
Such
he
a
was on
turd. Such a turd.
trigger
Ju-
finger over
June,
there.
June 8th, to be precise.
One day before the best day of the year.
Your birthday
Yeah,
in
it
the
is.
past.
Well,
You weren't
it's-
born
You weren't
then.
born.
No, but every year, 9th of June is my birthday, isn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't change, mate.
But in 1980, like June 9th, 1984, you weren't born.
Yeah.
So it wasn't your birthday until
No, but they were like
8 years afterwards.
they were doing pre-parties knowing I was coming.
Did they?
Yeah.
Like the second coming.
The
You
whole
were
world
like
did.
Christ.
Yeah.
Steph Christ.
It was
Okay.
a good time.
Even though you weren't there.
Yeah.
they
I've heard about it.
They
It was
recounted
good, yeah.
to you.
They
that
showed
were
me
here.
some Polaroids.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's like, and here's us with you potentially, and it's just like a baby doll, but with a question mark over its face. Like, oh shit! Well, that's good to know, Steph. I'm glad
Yeah.
you had so many good pre-birthdays.
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't think me and Adam ever had the pleasure.
Oh, well,
Some of us just aren't as important as others, are they, Steph?
no.
Fucking hell. So, some of us are so much more modest. Okay,
Yeah.
so Ghostbusters the film, we have all seen it, we've all watched it. I would like to say that we all love it.
Yep.
I'm talking
Yeah.
for the two of you, but
Yeah.
I know I love it. And it's
Anything with Bill Murray. I think I can't dislike
You know
anything
what?
with Bill Murray in it.
Lost in Translation, I wasn't
I
keen on.
really enjoyed that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Had Bill Murray in it.
What? Jesus Christ. Not a picky sort, are you?
I haven't seen it, so I can't break the tie.
Oh.
Is it
Interesting.
Scarlett Johansson as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Some woman.
Is it where he's some fucking woman? Is it where he's in the airport?
I think you thinking of the terminal.
Which? Oh, that's Tom Hanks. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of the terminal.
I think they're in a hotel.
Do you remember in the terminal where he's like, he finally realizes that the baggage cars give him money back, and he
Oh,
gets
yeah,
a
so he
bit
goes
of
and
money back, and he
collects it all,
goes to
goes
Burger King
mad.
and gets like a little hamburger, and because he's so hungry, and then he's like, oh my god, if I just wait a bit longer and put more like,
I can get a
baggage handlers
bigger
back,
meal.
I can get a bigger burger. So then it's just like one scene where he just like gets a bit of money, eats a burger, and then like literally straight after a scene where it's just a bit more putting stuff back, and then just him eating a bigger burger, and you're like, I've watched this for 20 minutes now and I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Maybe it's me, but I really enjoyed that as well. I think I quite like
The
boring
Terminal was a good
movies.
film.
They
Once
will say,
again,
like,
lads,
one
I
place-
haven't
You're a
seen it.
boring person,
Yeah,
mate.
I'm
That's
a
why.
real boring person. All I need is one scene for an entire movie.
Have you seen Birdman?
You should
I've
watch
not.
Patterson.
I've not seen either.
Well,
Patterson's
Birdman's
great.
one scene.
Well, that's.
I found
that.
that
Yeah,
pretty
but also
boring.
Birdman is shit.
Yeah, I found it really boring.
Yeah.
Dan liked it, but Dan's an actor.
Yeah,
Is
but
it an actor film?
I hate to say it, but I think
No.
it's one of those. What's the word? Like.
Shit.
It's
yeah.
like it's an award film.
Ah, yeah. It's
Do you know what I
one of
mean? They
those-
release it.
Gravity.
They release it
blah blah
for
blah. It's
La La
it's
Land
Oscar.
stuff.
It's like
Oscar
Oscar
bait.
food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But There is a word like it's for thespians. It's a film for thespians. You know, real actors.
Actors.
You
That's
know-
why I said Dan liked it, because he's an
Yeah,
actor.
that's it. It's like a thespians film. Like it's appreciated on an actor's level.
So Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, Ghostbusters.
Did
not,
you-
not a thespian
A film
film
that's
at all.
appreciated by everybody.
By everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
and for good reason.
Yeah, it's
Good
got a
reason
really great
too.
theme tune. That's why.
It has got a good
Should we
theme.
get into the theme tune?
We should. We'll start off with that because actually it was the first note I wrote, which is classic theme tune.
It is
And
a great
as a side
theme
note,
tune.
better than Indiana Jones theme tune.
Yeah, so where was I reading that? Hold on. You talk about the theme tune, I'll find that out.
No, well, like there was a competition for best movie soundtrack or movie theme tune in particular, and you said Ghostbusters was second, wasn't it?
It wasn't a competition, it was an Academy Award.
It's a bit
Ooh.
bigger than
I wouldn't say that's a competition.
It's like right. It's like going
First
up to,
prize.
It's like going up to Ray Parker Jr. and like Danny Elfman. Right, Battle of the Bands. It's like-
Oh, sorry, we might have got that wrong. Here we go.
Okay.
It was nominated for 2 Oscars at the 57th Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects and Best Original Song for the... I don't even know what that song says. But Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and Woman in Red, respectively. So...
What?
But lost.
Oh, but
Yeah.
Sorry,
lost.
I missed out the key word of that sentence.
but Indiana Jones.
But they lost. So
lost,
the Woman in Red had a better song.
Well, you see, I think
I don't even know what the Woman in Red song is.
No, nor do I.
Woman in
No, isn't that Lady in Red?
Lady in Blue.
And that's Chris
Lady in Blue.
And it's
Lady-
definitely not a film soundtrack, I don't think.
I like the picture. Is that who I think it is?
It's Willy Wonka man, isn't it?
Gene Hackman?
Gene
Wilder.
Gene-
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder,
Is it Gene
yeah.
Wilder?
Gene Wilder?
Yeah, Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Who's
Nailed
the
it.
woman?
This must be really dull for anyone who's not actually looking at the Wikipedia page we're looking at.
Basically, for those listening,
Judith Ivy?
probably. Fuck it, I've got it wrong then. Basically, we're just looking at the cover box of Woman in Red and talking about Gene Wilder. It's Gene Wilder, isn't it?
To be
Yeah,
fair, the
okay.
soundtrack was composed by Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
So...
Yeah, but like I know that, but look,
And the
like-
song was called
I
just called to say I love you.
Right, I'm taking it back because that's a fucking amazing song.
look. I mean, I admit, like one of my favourite
I still don't know if
albums
I know
is a
it.
Stevie Wonder album.
You don't know if you know it?
Should we play it? Play it.
I can't play it now.
Yeah, you can.
We'll have to play it, pause the podcast, and then
No,
carry on
we
the
can't. We
podcast.
just play it.
No, they won't hear it.
No, we can't.
Play it on your phone. Go on.
Yeah, but then it might get plagiarised.
Oh, that's a copyright.
Plagiarism.
Copyright. Okay.
Yeah, talking of copyright.
All right, so plagiarism. So basically, the Ghostbusters theme tune, which was written by Ray Parker Jr., then had a copyright strike against it. Not like on YouTube. This was obviously before the days of the intranet, but it was Huey Lewis who wrote the song "I Want a New Drug" that filed a lawsuit against Ray Parker Jr. for plagiarism. And we've listened to the two. We've had a little side to side, and I have to admit, I'm
He's nicked
siding
it.
with Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, without a doubt.
It's pretty
Without
clear.
a doubt.
Like the whole kind of stabs, the duh, duh, duh,
It's not even that, it's just the whole thing.
It's the bass lines
the
the same.
bass line, yeah.
Um,
And it's
and
only
they-
in the chorus where it diverges and becomes like its own thing.
Yeah.
With the whole do do.
But they settled the lawsuit out of court. So
Yeah.
obviously Ray Parker Jr. was like, yeah, I kind of.
Well, it's basically just Ray
Here's a
Parker.
backhander.
Yeah, exactly. Just Ray Parker
It's
Jr.
lot
with a
of
swag
fucking
bag.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 50,000, I reckon.
But it doesn't change the fact it was a great song, and I do think the
Ghostbusters was
Ghostbusters one
probably
is
better.
better.
Yeah.
it is better,
Yeah.
but
It is a better
they did
song.
nick
It's
it.
so punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, better than fucking Indiana Jones theme tune.
Well, no, the Indiana Jones theme tune wasn't a thing. I got that wrong.
It
had-
lost to
Well,
it.
it did.
No,
lose-
yeah,
did
it
lose
lost
to
to special effects to Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Okay, all right. Well, fair
but,
enough.
Woman
It
in
lost.
Red.
The theme tune was Woman in
Woman
Red.
in Red.
I don't know.
but
We're going
Stevie
to have to
Wonder.
listen to that, okay.
What? Everyone knows that song.
I don't know it. Steph doesn't know it.
I just called to say, as if you don't know this song.
I tell you what, look, we can't play
Everyone
it because of
chastised
copyright,
both of
but
these
we-
two.
Right,
on
should
the
we
internet.
pause the podcast?
No.
known.
We should let Adam sing.
No, I've already sung it. Oh, God,
Should we pause the
Pause the
podcast,
podcast.
listen to it, and then we'll get back?
Okay,
One second, guys.
Alright, this will be a seamless edit.
Okay.
this song.
I don't know this song.
What did you think of that then, Tom? Did you know the song?
You knew the song.
I did know it.
Did
I
you
just
know
sang
I
it.
knew it as
It's
well,
not
yeah.
a
There you
fucking
go.
patch on Ghostbusters,
Oh,
mate.
mate.
No way near as good
They
as
gave that
Absolute
the award because
classic.
there was some money, there was some backhand dealings going on.
Ghostbusters much better than that.
It is. Ghostbusters is punchy and fun and uplifting and at the same time fucking melodic and tuneful.
Are you
that's
gonna
quite a
fucking
straightforward
melodic
Stevie Wonder
achievement?
song.
It's a Stevie
but it's a
Wonder song.
straightforward Stevie Wonder song. It's
I don't know.
straightforward.
I just think if you're watching a film, right, you're in a cinema, yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
lights go out,
you. Yeah.
and then you hear,
And then you kiss.
sorry,
Ghostbusters,
and then it starts
yeah.
bursting.
Yeah,
You get a lot more excited
I
than
don't
a
deny.
little.
I don't deny that Ghostbusters might make you feel better. Might make you want to like get up and move and
No,
like, be
it's
excited.
the better song,
No, I don't think it's the better song.
in your opinion.
He stole it for a start.
Well,
Oh, he's
that
got-
doesn't matter.
Oh,
That
he has
doesn't
got a
matter.
point.
It's
It
the
does matter.
better.
He got an award for it. Oh, he didn't get an award for it.
He
'cause
got an
lost
award for
out.
stealing the song.
Burglary award.
Best thief.
Plagiarism
No,
award.
I think it's the better movie soundtrack song.
Yes, I do. It's so
I
synonymous.
agree that
What's
that Stevie Wonder song probably is actually a better song. Like
I disagree.
Yeah.
in terms
Changes
of
key at one
writing
point
and all
as
that
well,
kind of
so
stuff, yeah.
which the Ghostbusters song doesn't do.
Okay, fair enough.
But so it's probably a better written song.
Yes.
I'd agree. But I'm more likely to listen to the Ghostbusters.
It's the better song. Yeah.
Let us know.
I'm sorry,
Let
it's
us
two
know.
against one. I tell you what, Daniel Martinez, you be the decider.
Well, he's obviously going to side with you guys. He chose the bloody episode.
It doesn't mean he's like
No,
a massive Ghostbusters fan.
He's
He also gave us
he's
like
literally
10
the
other.
boss of this episode.
He is the boss.
Yeah, he is the
Yeah.
boss. whatever he
So
says goes.
Daniel Martinez, let us know. Ghostbusters theme tune, or
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
So does that mean
song.
that
I just
whatever
called-
we decide at the end, if it is a cash grab or isn't a cash grab, and Daniel
he
Martinez
can
goes,
but basically
no.
he can dispute.
He
yeah,
can- yeah, he can dispute
he's
it.
allowed to dispute.
Yeah.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
he
I
is.
think that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. This is literally his episode. We have to pander to him, otherwise we're fucked.
Right, you know we haven't even got to the film yet.
Yeah, let's go
so
through the film.
basically, as the film starts up, does it? It starts up with a New York City library
Yeah, it does indeed.
with an elderly woman kind of pushing like a book cart around, as they were. Do you remember book carts? Don't have them anymore. They have like.
I think we had one in the
I
library.
think they
in
probably
primary
have
school.
one in libraries.
Yeah, no, but
I
like,
don't own
they
a
don't.
book
They
cart.
don't anymore. It's like they've got.
You don't own a book
I
cart?
don't own a book cart.
Do you own a library?
No.
Do you have a life? But like, you don't have book carts anymore because like things hover and shit now. So like, they probably just got like, or they probably don't even have books.
Yeah. Amazon are
just have-
using drones to.
They probably
stock
don't
their
like
libraries.
libraries now.
Yeah, to hold their books in place.
Yeah, libraries now probably just like one shelf, and they have the letters of the alphabet, and then you just put a headphone jack into your head. That's why I call it headphone. Into your head, and then it just downloads the book you want from that letter. So it'd be like I want the Aristocats novel, and then it just downloads like an audiobook into your brain.
Novel/picture book.
That's the one.
One of those
yeah.
ones with sounds.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And
That
the
you
pop-
get-
Scratch and sniff
You get
with
them
the
at school
mouse.
feats.
No, it's a pop-up
It's
book.
always like a
It's a
prize.
pop-up
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Tombola.
A fucking pop-up book.
When did this happen? Because
Oh shit! Sorry. So
This is future.
no, this is now, but I'm ahead of you.
of course.
So basically, elderly woman pushing a book cart around goes into the undercroft of the library where she's sorting out the books, this, that, and the other. And there's many strange happenings going on. Some of them more obvious than others, and she seems completely oblivious to this. Especially,
At first, and then she starts
Yeah,
to
then
realise
she
something's
yeah.
going on.
But let's be
realises.
honest. Like once she's kind of becoming aware of it, it's when the filing systems are coming out and throwing all the kind of little files.
'Cause-
everywhere.
Yeah, so she walks past
But
some
let's
books
be
and
honest,
they come out.
about a good 10 of those come out and start spraying before she even turns around.
No, I thought as she was
And then-
walking up the corridor, and then the filings started coming out.
There was one.
You
two-
knew that she was kind of.
I think it
something's
started
happening.
first. No, it started going first.
Yeah, no,
the
and she
notes
was
started
still totally
flying first, and
oblivious
then
to
she
it.
I thought she was like. I thought they were coming out, and she knew something was happening, but she didn't want to turn around.
No,
Then
that,
it
that,
started
hap- that
bursting
happened
out,
after
then
a
she turned
few.
around.
No,
I
they
think it-
were bursting out a bit. So
Ah.
I would say, like, it could be her age. She may have cataracts or, like, have,
menopause. Oh,
Deafness.
or have menopause or deafness. She could have a lot of things. She's a woman in her twilight years. But at the end of the day, it doesn't excuse ignorance. So I would say, strike one against her to start off this movie. But obviously, now we know that there's strange goings on in the library. And the Ghostbusters, which they're not called at the moment. They're not actually a set-up business organisation at the moment.
no, they're
just
just
a group of
some
scientists.
just professors.
Yeah. So it's the three of them who are... I don't remember Bill Murray's character name.
he's Dr. Wenkler?
Winkler.
Hey.
Frank Winkler. Wanker. Cock. Sorry.
Peter Venkman.
Venkman. So, like, Bill Murray plays Peter Venkman. You have Egon, who is played by Raymond.
He is.
God, we should have done our
with
fucking
me.
name.
No, Raymond.
Harold Egon is Harold
Harold
Ramis.
All right, Harold Ramis is Egon,
And
then
Raymond Stans is the other guy.
Dan Aykroyd plays Raymond Sands. So it's those three. They're all university scientists. They're all studying the paranormal or the strange or the bizarre. This is their background, and they're called to come and investigate the library and the happenings because old Mrs. Library Fussbucket, whatever her name is, has been startled. There's been a startling, and so they arrive. She's been startled, as you can imagine, literally locked in fear. You know, people get so scared, they're like, ah. They're like got clawed hands and stuff. You'll know about that, Adam.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
So then they arrive and they start looking around.
Yeah.
One of them. Well, no, actually, we missed the test. We missed the little exam.
A bit at the beginning. So when we've got Bill Murray's
Do we?
character.
Yeah, Bill Murray's character.
So Bill Murray's doing
with her.
an experiment with a young man and a young lady.
Oh yes, the cards.
Basically seeing if they can guess the image on the back of a card, but he's rigging it. So every time the guy says, I think it's a circle, and it may be a circle, but it might be a square, Bill Murray will say he's got it wrong and electrocute him. And every time this good-looking girl's getting
pretty
it wrong,
blonde.
he'll say she's got it right.
She's got a gift. What can you say? The gift
But
of
he
an
does
attractive
explain.
face.
Yeah,
He does explain.
And that can get you very far in this world.
But he does
really
explain
can.
that the test, that is the test. The test is the effect of negative reinforcement on the ability to, I don't know, become psychic or something like that. So he's actually doing it right.
Yeah, because the last one, the guy actually gets it right. He goes some squiggly, wavy lines or
Yeah.
3 squiggly, wavy lines, whatever he says.
That is
and
true.
He gets
Well,
it spot on.
let's be honest. He, you know, the whole kind of aspect of negative reinforcement stuff. Get where he's coming from, but let's be honest. He's still trying to get his end away. You
Yeah,
know?
the whole
Oh,
point
yeah,
of that
yeah,
is
yeah.
You
getting
can't
away.
you can't deny the fact that this is like a chivalrous deed. You know, he's trying to sleep with the girl.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, so can we
You
go
would.
to this? So the guy's getting electrocuted,
Yes.
and he's done like 6 or something so far.
Yeah.
And he has 80 altogether.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Oh.
goes, "You're getting paid to do this, so shut up, stop your whining."
Are we talking about what's the correct wage again?
So we were discussing how much would you get paid to get electrocuted, but it's only a small shock. It's not a big shock.
Yeah.
Tom said 80 quid a pound a shock, which I think's fair.
That's, yeah.
I think it's.
Definitely.
Are you
I would-
fucking serious?
I would
I said
take-
it as like a fucking joke.
I thought
definitely
it was
take,
fair because it was only a small electric shock.
I'd take 80
I'll
quid.
take a lot more than that. I would never take 80 quid.
80
was
quid
a
for
small
like,
electric
yeah,
shock.
but I do
for
have
like
a bit of
couple
like.
hours work. 100%.
Not
I'd
even a
take
couple of
80
hours. You
quid,
just have
yeah.
to do 80 things. You just have to get electrocuted 80 times.
But
you're
the thing
done.
is, I have a bit of a thing against. Like,
I mean,
electric
this
shocks.
dude signed up to do it for $5.
yeah.
but you
So
don't
he
know
signed
that.
up for 5.
do know
yeah,
that.
they said.
$5 for
He said you can
80
keep your $5.
and also to be criticised for getting everything wrong as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's both an attack on your body and your self confidence
yeah.
And your soul.
and your soul. Yeah, and the soul. Yeah, no, I'll double it. I'll take 160,
Yeah.
£2 a shock.
Well, we know who's going to get this then. Me and Adam.
Yeah,
They
boy.
pay the same amount and they get 2 people doing it.
Yeah, but they probably like
Double the
me
results.
a lot more, so they'll probably want
Nah,
to
bro.
pay a bit more just so they could have a conversation with me.
Are you the pretty blonde?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
He
I'm
knows
a
he wouldn't
pretty
actually get
blonde-
electrocuted.
Yeah.
I'll just have a shave before I go there. Put on a nice frock or something, you know.
Anyway, so he's
So this
trying to
scene-
get his end
oh,
away.
yeah, so I was going to say, this scene sets up Bill Murray's character as just like the seedy
Yes.
college
Yes.
professor. Everything he does is
But
basically
also very witty.
very witty,
Mm.
as Bill Murray is.
Exactly.
Love that guy.
Oh yeah. Classic guy. One of Hollywood's good ones, I would
Yeah.
say, Bill Murray. So yeah, it does like set up his character and this, that, and the other. But
So then his mate bursts in and
Dan
he's like,
Aykroyd?
"We've got a call
Ooh.
from the library."
I have an interesting fact about Dan Aykroyd, by the way. I was going to say it earlier, but I thought I would save it until the podcast because I want to get some proper reactions from you. He's one of America's foremost ufologists. He's written multiple books. He's done huge amounts of investigation. He's one of the biggest funders into a UFO
He does love the paranormal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this movie is quite apt. What the fuck are you laughing about?
I wanted to give
And
you
it,
like
it was
no
written
reaction.
by Dan Aykroyd. It was written by Dan Aykroyd.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was, yeah.
But he's also written many, he would say factual books on UFOs and aliens. Yeah, thanks for the fucking reaction.
Yeah, I wanted to give
I
you,
knew
like-
it. I was like, dickhead. He's being stoic.
I wanted to see how you'd react if I just didn't care.
I just thought, carry on talking. Just carry on talking. Eventually, he'll crack.
No, that is pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So obviously he wrote this, but he obviously had a vested interest in the paranormal, and it continues to this day.
Anyway, so he bursts in and says, there's been sighting at the library, we need to go.
Yes.
So eventually he manages to get Bill away.
He does indeed. He drags him
Go
away
to
from his
the
pretty
library.
blonde.
So the three of them turn up at the library.
Egon's already there, and he seems to be investigating a desk.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I mean,
Good old investigation.
I mean, desks do need more investigation in this world.
Actually, that's
I
the
don't
second
trust my
time
desk.
Egon's
I don't trust
investigating
your
a
desk either. That's why I sit away from it.
The first of 2 times during that first half an hour, because there's the time when he's underneath the desk with the.
He's got Jan. He's got a thing for desks or for being under them.
A good desk.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, they carry on anyway, Steph. They turn up at the library.
Yes, they turn up at the library, and the main librarian, I guess.
The guy?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
He comes out and he's like, "Look, we want you to settle this quietly."
Yes. Do not disturb our readers.
Yeah. So they go in, have a look around. They
I would
find.
just say tell them to read louder.
Okay. So then they go in and find the filing system all pulled out with slime all over it.
Yes.
So they're taking samples
Also, there's
of
a
that.
stack of books.
There's a stack of books.
And
yeah,
as
it looks
Bill
like
Murray
a pillar.
says, a nice bit of dry humour. No human could do that. Nice
Yep.
bit of dry witty humour there from Bill.
But then Bill shuts the fuck up when he turns the corner and sees a ghost.
Yes. A real ghost.
A real ghost of an old
which
woman.
I thought looked a lot like the librarian, didn't you?
Ooh.
Ooh, no, I didn't actually. But
Yeah,
Did you not?
She
could
did look
have.
like, she looked like the ex-librarian. Probably died stacking books.
Yeah. Which is quite uncanny. Do you think like there's been a continuation of old female librarian ghosts that have killed off the old female librarian and then been
They
replaced
become the
by
new
their
ghost.
ghost? Yes. So she was trying to kill off this female librarian to reinstate to be a free spirit rather than an entangled spirit.
Mm.
There's a bit of a fan theory there for you Ghostbusters fans out there. Daniel Martinez, what do you think of that, mate? I tell you what, I may be a bit biased, but I thought that was pretty fucking good. So yeah,
Dan probably doesn't care,
Yeah.
mate.
I bet he does. Leave a comment.
He's got so many things to comment. The poor guy.
I'll just leave him a list at the end of the episode. But no, so they contemplate what to do. They're kind of deliberating. They're not too sure, and eventually Dan Aykroyd just decides to. What does he do again? He
He just kind of goes up to
He
it.
says, "Get her."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
just
says-
says,
yeah.
"Get her,"
Something like that.
and then infuriates the spirit. The spirit turns into some sort of like ape ghost creature thing.
And then they all leg it.
And they run away.
They leg it.
So
But the thing is, that
Not-
reaction when they saw the ghost.
Yes.
So these guys, like, their job is looking for paranormal activity and all that kind of stuff.
at the moment, no. Their
Well,
job is
it's
no,
kind,
they-
it kind,
it
of
kind
is.
of
They're
is.
researching the paranormal,
yeah. But then when they saw the ghost,
Well, it's probably their first time seeing an actual ghost.
They do say
but all three of them
like
were
an
like-
actual apparition. Yeah.
but this is what they've been doing.
Yeah, but you would poo yourself too.
Yeah, but I don't research ghosts.
I know
It's
I
like-
would.
Yeah. It's like, imagine if the what are they called, Ghost Hunters or whatever that TV show is,
Oh,
Ghost
yeah, most
Patrol.
haunted.
Most
Most
haunted.
haunted.
I still fucking watch it. It's the best thing in the world.
It's terrible.
It's
so
the
if they
best.
if they actually saw a ghost and they shat themselves and ran away, you'd be like, guys, you've been doing this for like 1400 seasons.
They caught one, a full apparition. Just don't laugh.
Just the other
yeah.
day.
I'm not
Just the
joking.
other day.
I'm not joking. It was about a month ago.
Was the
New
camera out of
episode.
charge?
No, you see it. Walk upstairs, full apparition.
You know this TV show has been proven to be fraudulent.
I've said I know, but I've said it to you before. The first episode of the first season, Derek Akora, the psychic medium, gets possessed literally in the first
by
5 minutes of
Mary
the show.
or Dick?
No,
Or...
by a monkey. He gets possessed by the spirit of a chimpanzee, and you think this is season 1, episode 1. If this is how it starts, it can't get much better. You know, it started off so well. It was fucking brilliant. It carried on as it meant to go, and he did get possessed by apparently the spirit of a lover of Dick Whittington, and he said, "Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick," and they were just like, like, all right, we'll try not to crack up. This is serious. He's being possessed right now. He's just like, Mary
Not
loves
serious.
Dick. Mary
He's
loves
not being
Dick.
possessed.
But then he got caught out for lying anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
They're all-
they caught him out of Creed Kafer,
Yes.
which was a spirit from South Africa, but it was actually just an anagram of Derek Faker. Fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So, on to some real ghost hunters now. The Ghostbusters.
Yeah, as real as it can get.
Exactly.
So
They
they go
go-
back to the university,
They
They
do.
do.
and the dude, the headmaster from the university, basically has cottoned on to the fact that Bill Murray's just using the experiments to sleep with students.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Sounds
much.
sounds more ominous than
Yeah,
it
it
is.
sounds
you know,
more,
it's
yeah.
like it's relatively.
He doesn't
relatively
come out
harmless.
and say it, but he knows it, and so he kicks them all out, and they've got to try to find something else to do.
Yeah, so
Yes, that's very open ended.
That's exactly what happens.
How about basketball? You know, it's like- yeah, so Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray are having a conversation outside. It's outside university, is it?
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Bill Murray's having a good old drink.
Yeah, he's got like a bottle of like whiskey or some shit. So basically, this is where Bill Murray comes up with the idea and says like, we've got the know-how. Egon's the brains. You've got like a connection to the spirit world, and I've got the charm. We should take this away from the university and actually make a business out of it. This is the start of our great fortune. And he convinces Dan Aykroyd after 2 sips of whiskey.
Yeah.
To sell his house.
Well,
Yeah,
remortgage
yes.
his house. Yeah.
He
Well,
remortgaged it.
remortgage it.
And he said with the interest rate, it's going to be
like
$95,000.
in the first 5
And obviously,
years.
this is in 1984.
in the first
so-
5 years.
Yeah, so £95,000. I mean,
Just
that's
on
the
interest.
equivalent of about $250,000 over 5 years now. So,
Is it?
oh yeah, like, I mean, that was quite a while ago. It's over 20 years ago. It'd definitely be around $250,000. It's New York. It'd probably be more, to be honest.
Blimey hell.
So, I mean, let's be honest. Taking that into account,
I'm not an economist.
No, neither am
nor-
I.
Nor a banker.
well, I am, so you can trust me.
Yeah.
Tom's the biggest banker in this room.
Wanker. So, like, taking that into account, Dan Aykroyd has done them a hell of a favour. He didn't even get, like, a thank you dinner for it. They were just like, oh, cheers. Like, good for you. Just remortgage the house for an insane amount of money so we can start a business.
Yeah, no, they kind of went, nice one, mate. We'll make loads of money out of
And
this.
Bill Murray made the decision for him. He was the one who organised the transaction.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they did it,
Someone
and then
had to take charge.
they
That's
bought
true.
a lovely bit of real
It was
estate.
an ex-fire station, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
ex-fire
Yeah, it's
station.
an ex-fire station.
Yeah, and it's not in good condition, as Egon says. What? What's wrong? You're biting your lip. I don't know if it was in
Turns
what.
me off.
The thing is, I kind of caught him doing it out of the corner
Oh,
of
a
my eye, and
fireman.
I thought it's either very suggestive or like just he's in a state of panic. Are you all right? You
Yeah,
better now.
that Real subconscious.
Good, you got it out of your system. I'm glad. I got it out of my system.
Anyway, so by the fire station, and
They do, yeah.
yeah, like
So
what's his
this-
name? Egon.
Yeah.
Egon, yeah.
He gives a big old list as to why they shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Bad electrics, falling to pieces.
I think they're just trying to haggle, basically. So he and Bill Murray are basically just trying to haggle the real estate agent, saying the whole place is a pile of shit. When Dan Aykroyd slides down the pole and says,
this is the best place. We've got to take it. Blah 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 blah.
Let's
love
stay
it, love
here
it, love it. I'm
tonight.
going to go
Yeah.
grab my clothes. Let's stay here tonight. That's
which-
literally
So
it.
he ruins it, yeah.
yeah, so he
Yeah.
ruins the whole thing.
So
Yeah.
they get their new Ghostbusters building. But this is when we meet
HQ.
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Sigourney Weaver is still a beautiful woman, and she will always be a beautiful woman for many reasons. She's not just like physically attractive; she's also like smart and clever and funny and all those things. And I fucking love her. I really love Sigourney Weaver, and she's great in the film. Bonus.
You know what? It's lucky that Tom didn't do Warriors with us because
They're all attractive, the
there are
guys.
no
There
women in
The
Warriors.
DJ.
Wait, why am I?
Oh,
why
yeah,
are you,
there's
why are
that
you lucky?
one-
Why are you lucky?
Well, because who would you have
Who would
fallen
you
in
have
love
fallen
with?
in love with?
I can fall in love with anyone.
Don't doubt it.
I can fall in love with anyone. Let's be honest, we've done some pretty fucking weird stuff up until episode 18. Is it
Yeah,
18?
to be fair, he's fallen in love with fish and all sorts.
Yeah?
Fish.
You wait till we do
lions.
Lion King.
Yeah.
We've already
Fucking
done
Nala.
We
haven't done
already
Lion
spoken
King.
about her.
Oh, we've already spoken
Yeah,
about
We
it.
spoke
yeah,
about it, but
yeah,
we haven't done it.
We've already
I
spoken
could
about
talk
it.
for days about Nala.
That'll be a separate episode. Like just
We
Tom's
should,
talking
yeah,
about
half an hour of me
Nala?
talking
Lala?
about Nala. Nala, get it
Nala.
right. Fucking my
Sorry,
future wife
don't
there,
wanna
man.
offend her. Anyway, yeah,
So
so
Sigourney Weaver.
So she's just gone out shopping. She's bringing back some groceries and stuff, and that's when we're introduced to her creepy neighbour, Rick Moranis, who lives in the same apartment building, and he's playing a very typical Rick Moranis role.
Yeah,
like geeky, kind of like outcast sort of thing.
he's so good though, isn't he?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
brilliant. Like he's been typecast in every
Isn't he
film.
wearing like a velour tracksuit?
Yes,
I think he is.
It's
yeah.
it's very Zach Brannigan-esque.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
It's fucking brilliant.
Some
yeah,
champagne.
yeah. What is it? Guacamole. Get some guacamole. But yeah, so she comes back with her groceries. She kind of avoids his talk and stuff.
Many attempts to try and talk her to come
He's
to
trying
his
to get
party.
to a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she kind of eventually gets rid of him. Just unloading her groceries, everything's normal. Actually, this is when you first see the Ghostbusters TV commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is done in very comic fashion, kind of like typical,
Like comically bad.
yeah, it's one of those very typical, like homegrown American businesses.
It's like the info
that
ads.
make,
yeah.
they make their own TV commercials on a budget of like $50 and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and they're
They
like,
have
"Come
one
to
take
our
and
store," and it's like a rap in the background or so, and it's like, "Yeah, you'll want more," it's like, and you're like, "Oh fuck's sake, this is shit." It's like that, but better. It's a bit better than that.
Yeah.
So that's when you first get to
Hear
see
of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
So then she then goes into her kitchen with her groceries,
Mhm.
groceries, and she puts the eggs on the counter,
Mhm.
turns around, and then the eggs burst out.
What's next to the
Yeah, they
eggs?
start cooking in the box.
Ooh. Next to the eggs
Mm-hmm.
is some marshmallows.
Yes, a particular brand of marshmallows.
Stay puffed.
Stay Puffed. And we said that's a bit of foreshadowing because obviously we only watched half an hour of the film for our analysis, but
We all know.
we know later the
Yeah.
giant marshmallow man, and it is because the kind of entity says whatever you think of will become reality, and Dan Aykroyd thinks of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So
I remember
there's
when
a
I
little
was a
bit of
kid.
foreshadowing there.
When I was a kid, I used to love this film, and I thought that the Marshmallow Man was like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Adam, you didn't sound too convinced. What's
you're-
the coolest thing you saw as a kid?
He's thinking. I can see the vein going on his
Yeah,
forehead.
exactly. The clogs ticking away.
I wasn't allowed out the cupboard till I was 14.
Oh, so the best thing you saw
Harry
was
Potter.
the cupboard then?
Yeah, my penis.
It was dark in there, though.
Yeah.
You had a little night light.
Anyway, yeah. So
Good
then
for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for
So
you.
her-
Glad to have you here.
her eggs are frying on the counter, and then she hears
Yeah.
a noise from the fridge.
I know.
Best euphemism.
Her eggs
for
were
like.
Yeah, her eggs were frying.
Is that like a period or menopause?
You
That's
know what?
such a good
It's
euphemism.
almost like the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst invitation to sex as well. As it, come on, love, let's fry your eggs.
Oh, that's just bad.
I'm gonna fry your eggs.
Anyway,
So
they
her
are.
eggs were frying on the counter.
So she hears a noise from the fridge. So she goes to the fridge.
I would have thought it was the fan, but it wasn't the fan, was it, Steph?
No,
What was it?
it was a fucking another dimension.
No, it was a dog with a light bulb in his mouth.
Yeah, it
was. And you know what? I've never seen one of them in my fridge before, so I would be freaked out too. Totally get where she's coming from. Better call the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters. It's their rip off.
Call them the Ghostbusters. people that just comment on farts. The Ghostbusters.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, she goes to the Ghostbusters.
She does.
And is this where you meet the secretary, or do you meet the secretary before?
This is
We
where you first
we just
meet
met
her,
the
right?
secretary. Yeah, she's
Jan.
pretty. Oh, well, she's like typical New York.
Very new.
Doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks of her. Not especially not her boss.
That's true.
Gonna do what she wants. Gonna read her magazine.
Yeah, she
Gonna-
forces Egon
Well,
to...
she doesn't have anything else to
give
do.
her a blowjob. He was under the desk again,
Oh
isn't it?
yeah.
Sorry.
But
Bloody Egon.
she does have nothing to do.
Yeah, because they've got
No
no
one's
work.
calling.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. So, at this moment, I bet Dan Aykroyd is thinking that was a pretty poor investment, remortgaging his house.
Yeah.
But
I feel for
then
him.
Sigourney comes flying through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then Bill Murray goes literally fucking flying over,
Yeah.
over the fucking counter.
Yeah, he jumps straight over the little barrier.
soon
You
as-
would
as-
too, though. For Sigourney Weaver, you would.
You know I would.
You would.
I would tread.
You turn into an Olympic hurdler.
I would tread through fire to just look at her foot. I would. I would eat nails to fucking touch her knee. I'd do things for that woman.
Right, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Go on, Ad. What happens next?
So basically, she explains to Bill that what's gone on, and Bill basically puts her in a what is it? The electro. They measure like electromagnetic signals in the brain.
Yeah.
See if she's lying.
Basically,
or not.
just to see if she's lying, see if she's crazy.
A lie detector.
One of
Well, that is one word
No,
for
but
it.
it's measuring the brain, and so they're all trying to theorise as to what it could be, and Bill Murray, being the man in the situation, decides to go back with her to her flat to
Yes.
see if he can get to the root of the problem. Obviously, that's not his intention in real life, but that's what he says his intention is.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
So then they get back to
Her
her
apartment.
apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and what has he got in his hand? It's like a...
Well, it looks
It's
like,
like
a
a little-
giant turkey baster.
Yeah,
'Cause it's got like
essentially.
the-
It's got like a little pump thing on it. He's just pumping. And he's got a little pole in his other hand. Like, it's not
Yeah.
doing anything.
It doesn't make a noise, it doesn't
It's
do
just,
it.
it's
doesn't
just
do-
pumping.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I mean,
true.
I think that's fake.
Well,
yeah, I think
mean,
it was just bullshit to
Yeah,
have
I
a look
think it
around the
is.
flat.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that-
considering they do have like backpacks that can.
Actual, like, ray gun shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not pulling out the big guns. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
No, I reckon that they all just went, nah, it's bullshit, leave it, dead case. And then he went, hang on, lads, I'll take one for the team, and I'll have a look around her flat.
Yes, exactly. So,
Another euphemism there, Steph.
what was it?
I'll have a look. I'll have a look.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
I
said.
tell you what,
Couldn't
it's
be
a hell
better.
of a euphemism.
Yeah.
I'm shocked I missed it. But
So he goes around, doesn't see anything.
Well, I think he himself suspects that she's like putting this on, or she's had like
Mental.
sort of hallucination or something, because he is totally playing around with the idea that there's something there.
Yeah.
Like when she said, it did come from the fridge, and he opens the fridge, and he's like, oh my god, look at all this junk food.
Yeah.
And by the way, quite a bit of product placement in this film.
Yeah, a lot,
Yeah.
especially in that fridge.
Yeah, I mean, up until this point,
There was only like a can of Budweiser. and-
Budweiser.
I've got Coca-Cola, Budweiser, Cheez-Its, and Perrier water.
Oh, yeah.
So already within the first 20 minutes of the film, we've got 4 very distinct product placements. Well, you've got to get your money somewhere for
If you wanna do
to make a decent film.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever do Transformers, Michael Bay, you're gonna have
That-
a lot of time.
That is the
Doing
one
all
I
them.
was thinking of, wasn't it? Where there's just like literally every scene is product placement.
Yeah, there's like a Mountain Dew machine that turns into a transformer and all that kind of shit in there.
You see, that just fucking pisses me. You know what one of the worst is, actually? Have you watched The Hangover 2?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah, I have.
It's one of the worst films ever made. Like, it's fucking disgustingly bad. But what I realised in it is whenever Ed Helms, who's the one who gets the Mike Tyson type tattoo?
Yeah.
He asks for water twice in the film. But he says, oh, I'll have some smart water. I've really got a bad thirst. And he says it twice in the film, and it's like, it's one of those things that,
Does
like...
he?
Yeah, you'll see, when they're in the airport going
I won't
to...
see. I'm never watching it again.
Okay, but it's when they're in the airport. It's when they're in the airport there, and then when they're coming back, and he asks for it twice, and it's like, it's one of those things. It's so glaringly obvious. He's like had that written into his script, like you've got to say this for our like sponsors, and he's just thought to himself, I want to end it all. Like that's so soul destroying that he has to go. I'll have a smart water. I've got a really bad thirst, and then like somebody like hands him a smart water, and he goes. And like looks at the camera with it. It's like that level of bad. It's so fucking awful. But anyway, sorry, like 4 bits of product
It's
placement
fine.
in
It's
this.
not in your face. It opens a fridge.
No, it's
and they are
relatively
just there.
subtle.
So it's kind of like it is subtle.
That angle that they have when Sigourney Weaver's talking to Bill Murray by the fridge, it was a bit blatant there, where there's just like a Coke can right next to her head.
Yeah.
So I mean that one was a bit blatant, but other than that, like it's relatively subtle. Having beers over dinner sort of thing. They just so happen to be Budweiser.
So then Bill hits on her again
Yes,
about 4 times.
And this time he's very open about it, and she's basically saying, "Look, get out of the flat. I'm not
Yeah.
interested." But he's
Persistent?
Yeah, he's persistent.
Very.
Yeah, maybe too much.
So then she finally kicks him out of the flat.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go back to the Ghostbusters, and they're having some dinner.
Chinese, I think.
Yeah, it looked good.
It does look good. The
I
thing
went
is,
to a
it's
Wagamama's recently. Oh, that was so
is it your
good.
first time?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love
Wagamama's is decent, but like, it's kind of not at the same time.
Oh, I loved it.
What did you have?
Are we product placementing Wagamama's?
No, we're not
Yeah,
product
could
placementing
be.
Wagamama's. We'll never get the contract. We need to think small.
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think of a small thing then, but I couldn't think of anything.
Have you guys ever had Ritz cheese sandwiches? I tell you what, they're really nice.
We'll buy some after the podcast.
Yeah, will we?
No.
Why? Sorry, Wagamama. What did you have? Come on.
Oh, it doesn't matter what I had.
No, go on.
Chicken and prawn pad thai.
That does sound nice.
It was lovely.
I last had a beef ramen when I was there. Pretty sweet. Tasted of beef.
Would eat again.
Oh.
Thumbs up.
I left a raving review. Tasted of beef. 3 stars. Tasted beef before.
Could have been
Nothing
beefier.
special. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So they're eating Chinese food and they're kind of,
I think
just chatting.
Yeah, I think
And
they're
then-
also contemplating that things may not be going great.
Yeah.
But then the receptionist gets the call
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's surprised that the person on the phone is actually ringing them up.
Yeah.
And she's confident that it's a decent client.
Yeah. So she smacks the button.
That's the sound.
We haven't talked about that car.
Everyone knows
Everyone
the car.
knows the
Everyone
car.
knows the car.
But like, if we have to say things, let's do quick fire things. We have to think of one word to describe the car. Steph.
Awesome.
Adam.
Ambulance.
Tom.
Siren.
Awesome ambulance siren.
You know what? Good description of that car.
Yeah.
So now everyone has that car in their mind after those 3 words.
Mhm.
So then they jump in the car, and this is when we first see the Ghostbusters in their jumpsuits
Yeah,
and
uniform.
proton packs. I
Yeah.
think they're called proton packs, aren't they?
They are.
Something
Yes.
like
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. And
and
it is a good client because they're going to a very upmarket,
Prestigious hotel.
Yes,
Yeah.
in
And
the
that
heart of
was,
New York City.
Bang on half an
That was
hour.
where
So
we
that's
ended
where we
it.
left it.
Should
Lefted it. What the fuck?
And we definitely should have left it.
I
I'm
haven't
just-
had a
I'm
beer,
just
but I
gonna have a-
probably
oh,
should. Maybe I
uh,
should get a nice cold Budweiser from the fridge.
Check if there are any Ritz cheese sandwiches while you're down there. But I was going to say there's a few notes I've made just about one of the things which I think was brilliant, especially at the beginning, like the library scenes really early on, setting the tone and stuff.
Yeah.
The use of theremin in the background.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so kind of like
It's
old
such a
school
sci-
B-movie
yeah, it's
sort
an
of thing.
old school sci-fi
Yeah.
noise, yeah.
But it works so well because obviously, like, it's got that kind of like sci-fi spooky element
That
to it.
eerie feel.
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
it,
but at the same time, it's totally kind of spoofing itself, and it's kind of light-hearted and funny and witty. It works so bloody well.
Yeah.
So that's something I would, definitely point out. Use of theremin, big thumbs up from Tom. That's
Yep.
a Tom thumb up. And I've written Sigourney Weaver in 3 exclamation marks, and that's all I wrote. I didn't think it needed any more
No,
elaboration.
I think you've gone into it.
See that.
Dry humour. I said I don't think the humour's typically American
Okay.
because it's funny.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, Dan's from America.
Is he?
Daniel Martinez.
Oh, right. Not our Dan.
No,
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 Dan.
our Dan.
No, he's
Who
from
we've known-
England.
Yeah,
He's from here.
He's from
Yeah.
here, yeah.
He's from here. Okay, Daniel Martinez. If you are American, is he American?
We think he is.
How do you know?
His Twitter profile said Florida.
I hope you're right, mate.
I'm sure it said Florida, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Did it?
Just take care of yourself. Get in touch. We want to hear from you. We love you, Daniel. We love you big time.
Well, you've just insulted his culture, comedic culture.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. Well, actually, yes, I have, and I'll stick by it. I don't think Americans are very funny. Actually, no, Americans are very funny. Some wonderful comedians. I don't think American films are often that funny. I think American humour's really like in your face and fucking like everything's explained to you so there's no mystique behind a joke. The thing is with Ghostbusters, it's dry and witty and it's quite undertoned, and I think that's fucking brilliant. But like, it's like all those Judd Apatow films and all that shit.
Who?
Judd Apatow, he does films with like Seth Rogen and James Franco. They're all like a big boys club. You know all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like such
The
blatant
stoner
humour.
group.
Yeah, exactly. It's like such blatant humour. It's like, you know, somebody like throws a brick at someone's head and they get knocked down and goes, "Oh my god, he got stoned." Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not funny. It's not fucking witty. It's not clever. Stop it. Stop making films. Leave me alone.
No one's making you watch these films.
That was such a
I feel like you pre-prepared
Oh,
this.
No, I haven't. I just
You've had this going for years,
this has
just
been
in your
festering
mind.
I just
for a while,
like
yeah.
those films are fucking bullshit. And
Do you know
it's
what,
just-
I heard
like,
something
and they
about
make
American
loads of
films the other
money.
day. Is that American films have only 2/3 the amount of dialogue as European films
Yeah.
because the audience attention span is slightly shorter, and so they just use music instead of
And action
dialogue.
sequences and
Yeah.
CGI and stuff. Anything to basically just pad out a film with no writing. Like Judd Apatow films. Fucking shit. No, it's true. It's true.
I don't even know who this fella is, but alright. Anyway,
Yeah.
so all enjoy Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
We'd all carry on watching it.
Definitely.
We'd all watch the second one.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
collect
yeah.
spores, mold.
Would you watch the new one?
No.
2016
I've heard.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, I
I've
really
heard-
want to watch it.
I've heard very bad things.
I don't know. I think I don't know why people have got an issue with it. Like I have to admit,
The thing
like,
is, when people are like, "Oh my god, it's going to kill the old Ghostbusters," no, the old one's still there.
well,
It's
is
fine.
it just because they're women? Like I don't really give a shit.
I don't
whether
think
No, I
they're-
don't
so.
think
I
it was
think-
that, but it's exactly what you're moaning about. It's fucking slap like shit.
Oh, it
humor.
has a lot of that bad humour.
It's got
does it?
crap humor in it.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do want to watch it.
It's
Just
literally
because, like,
exactly what you're just moaning about.
Well, if it is that, then I will have the angriest Twitter rant
I think you
ever.
should watch it and we'll see your reaction.
Should we film me watching it and just film like segments of me watching it, and then we can put it up on YouTube as like Tom watches Ghostbusters for the first time, and you can just see my outbursts and stuff. Let's
No.
do that. Why?
It's a lot of work.
I'll do it then.
you do it.
I'll do it by
You film it
myself.
yourself.
I'll film myself.
Then you
watching
can
it.
edit it.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you edit it?
No.
Fuck.
So, should we move on to the game?
Let's move on to the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Yeah.
as Daniel Martinez recommended, we're doing the Sega Genesis version of Ghostbusters. This
Yeah.
was released in 1990. So this is
1990.
6 years, roughly. We didn't get an exact date. It was quite hard to find one, but roughly 6 years after the initial movie release of Ghostbusters.
but
yeah.
a year after the second film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. Just
so
under
it
a
is.
year.
It is in at least 6 months away from the second film. So I mean,
Yes.
quite close proximity to that. So that's something to keep in mind.
This was developed by Compile and Sega,
Yes.
published by Sega.
We don't have any information on Compile. If anyone listening can give us like anything quite definitive on them, but I'm suspecting they're just
Wikipedia
like
sure can.
oh, good one. I'm suspecting they're just like a little off branch of Sega, like a little development company that they set up for a few games or something. Maybe they're still going. I don't know. Like,
They could be. Who knows? But let's
Hang
have
on,
a look.
Compile. oh no.
Japanese video game developer.
Okay.
They've done
No,
stuff for
they
the
went,
Oh, they
they,
did the
they went
3DS.
defunct in 2003.
Okay. They did the Puyo Puyo series, which is like I've heard of them before. They're like puzzle games or some shit,
Yeah.
or like rhythm games.
It looks like
Okay, so I mean they
it
were
looks like they're kind of back. I mean, the director looks like he started a new company.
okay. I mean, so but they've got a relative amount of prestige, especially in Japan.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Awesome.
they've done Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That was great fun.
I'm sorry. What?
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Really?
Yeah, that was great fun. Did you ever play that?
No. Was it really fun? It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
sound
enjoyed it when
fun.
I was I enjoyed it when I was a kid.
Oh.
There's a level of it in Sonic Mania.
Is there?
Yeah.
I want to play Sonic
Yeah,
Mania.
man. Yeah, it was good. I can't see anything else that's worth
Talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
Ghostbusters. Sega
Ghostbusters.
Genesis. Sega Megadrive. Sorry, it is Genesis if you're in America.
yeah.
But okay. So straight out of the bat, like opening sequence, menu, blah 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 blah. You get the Ghostbusters theme, and it may not be the best rendition of the Ghostbusters theme, but it's pretty decent.
It is in 16-bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good. I don't
Oh, it
think
was
it's-
fine.
I don't think
I
it's
mean,
too
you
bad.
knew it was Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I
So-
just played it to you now, even without context, you'd know it was
Yeah, of course.
Ghostbusters.
Yes. But if you played that Stevie Wonder song from that film, I probably wouldn't know because it's not as good. Especially if it was 16-bit, it'd be really shit.
Anyway, so so opens up Ghostbusters, and then it takes place at the end of the film. So you got the Ghostbusters all set up with the three of them all ready to go.
Yes, they've got
but the Marshmallow Man's still out and about.
Yeah, they really should have fucking tapped
Yeah.
that.
So he's just out and about.
But I
for some
suppose
reason.
he's like big draw. Big
They
main
did.
Character.
In fairness, they did sort him out at the end of the first film.
They did,
He
yeah.
does,
So I don't
They
know why
zap
he's
him
on
until he
his back.
explodes, and
Explodes
then there's like
gooey marshmallow. What are they called? S'mores.
s'mores. Yeah.
S'mores.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this.
Oh no, it's like fluff, isn't it? Like fluff is like liquid.
Do you know what?
marshmallow.
I just thought of the worst product placement.
No.
Evolution, when they have to kill the aliens with Head and Shoulders at the end.
Oh, that is the fucking
that
worst.
was bad.
But
wasn't
when
it?
I was a kid, I used to love that film.
So did I.
Yeah,
so
I
did
think it's one of those things. Like up until the age of about 13, you always think Evolution's a great film, and then you watch it now and you'll be like, oh my god, this is fucking tragic. Like how bad it is.
Anyway,
Don't just remember
Ghostbusters
the
for the
smiley
Mega
face
Drive.
with the three eyes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it starts off. It doesn't really say. You assume it's at the end of the game, but Marshmallow Man's back. It's not canonical.
I think it's just he's not canon.
It's
yeah.
just it's
like
just,
sheep.
Yeah.
Sheeps.
What?
As in, like it's not canonology. It hasn't got a word after it. It is a word
it
that
has
can be
got-
used
it
as
has-
a plural and
No, it
another
has
thing.
got like a chronological. There is
like
a word.
chronological, eh, Adam?
Just like chronological.
See, from the
Yeah.
horse's mouth, he knows it.
Yeah. So basically, you've got the three guys, and you get a phone call, and then you get to pick what level you go to.
Well, you get to pick your character first.
Oh yeah, you get to pick your
And
character.
really nice way to start out the game is that you get to choose between the three. So you got Egon. He's the only one I remember the movie name of. So I'm going to say Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray as well.
Okay, yeah.
But each character has a speed and a different speed and stamina. So Bill Murray is like normal. So he's like your average character. He's your Super Mario of the game. And then you've got Egon, who's particularly fast but has low stamina. And then you have Dan Aykroyd, who's got high stamina but he's very slow. So you have, I mean, obviously it's not like a huge amount of customization, but at least you've got
But
a
you've got
choice
something.
and it can affect gameplay to an
Yeah,
extent.
But then you can affect the customization in other ways.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
So we'll get into that a bit further in.
Yeah, so that's a nice touch. You can play as any of the three, but they're all a bit different.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's quite good.
Exactly. It's
Bit of
straightforward.
bit of replayability there.
Yeah, straightforward but cool.
And then you go into the game once you pick your character, and you've got 4 buildings first that you can go to,
Yes.
and it's basically like easy, medium, hard, really hard, because you get more money depending on completing that level.
Yes.
So it starts with one's $2,000, the top one's $8,000 or something like that. I think.
It goes on increments of
And
2
4 and
grand.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were smart and picked the easy level.
one.
Yeah. Took us a while.
It was not easy.
No, it's fucking ridiculous. And I
This
didn't even play it.
game is brutally hard.
Yeah. Well, I would say though, even though it is, I would say it once again, it's not so
doable.
hard that it's unfair because
It is.
the more you learnt it, and the more
No,
you
I'd-
developed over the stages and got used to the actions of it, we did end up conquering it. So it is.
I'd
a
agree
Kind of,
that the actual levels aren't too bad,
the bosses.
but that last boss was ridiculous. There was
Yeah.
no way you can survive that unless you
do you
could
know
buy
what?
the
But-
barrier and all that stuff. But that was the hardest level, so you should probably have money by then.
But I'm
So we
thinking
were
back
going a
to
bit
like
hard.
the console. That was the point. I mean, you didn't have that many levels because the games couldn't take it. You didn't have that much
course, yeah.
variation.
Yeah.
So the point was that it was so hard that you were gonna fail. You were always gonna fail the majority of the times.
Yeah.
Until that
And you
one
had
time,
to learn it.
3 days later, when you've actually managed to crack this boss, and it's just that was the point of those games. At that time.
totally.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Totally.
That's why, like, when I pick up a game that I used to have back then, so like say Aladdin, when we played that, I know the first level inside out because when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I played that first level so much. But if I get into about level 5, I start to get hazy because I don't remember it too well because I
Yeah.
never really got there when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yes.
Same
yeah,
with
of course.
Hercules, like all of them. Like the younger game, you know the first level spot on. Like Super
Yeah,
Mario,
it's like muscle memory.
Mario
isn't it?
1
yeah,
now,
you just
could
fly
just
through
do
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you are right. Of course, they had to make it hard so you could replay it and
Yeah,
get better at it.
Of course. But like, not on like you're saying, like all of those games. I do find it weird though. Like, you think back to when you're a kid and you're playing like it's like I was talking the other day when we were leaving after the like couple podcasts ago, and I was talking about Super Ghosts and Goblins for the SNES.
Ghosts and Ghouls.
It is, isn't it? Ghosts and Goblins was the NES one. Yeah, Super Ghosts and Ghouls for the SNES. And I remember like I was a kid, so I was like I don't know, I was playing it and I was like 6, 7, some shit like that. And like I was getting up to like near the end of the game. Now like I played it not too long ago, like a few months ago. First time in years and years and years. Literally just about got past the first level. Like trying it a few times.
Yeah.
It's fucking like it's just ridiculous that muscle memory and like obviously you're a kid, your mind's like a fucking sponge, and you just learn stuff and you absorb stuff. But it's crazy like how I think like I was kicking my 26-year-old ass at 6. Do you know what I mean? That freaks the shit out of me sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean.
So anyway,
so it's difficult. It's doable.
yes,
I'd say
But
some of the
some of
bosses are just ridiculous.
Yeah, the last boss that we tried on that really hard level, I think because we hadn't upgraded and stuff.
we went
Probably
kind of balls
towards
to
the end of
wall,
the
you know.
gameplay, we went fuck it, let's go for the hardest level and see what it's like, and it is rock
Yeah,
hard.
I mean, if we had time, we could have like
Gone
played
through 'em all,
played it
but-
strategically, done it as it's intended to be done, got up some money, and you know, done some upgrades.
I bet there's some mad people out there who could just complete that 4th level without any upgrades.
Straight
I
in.
bet you.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Without
I
a
bet
doubt,
you.
some mad men out there.
Oh god, there were some crazy people.
So the graphics were pretty good actually. It was all like all
Yes.
very clear, like it looked nice. Played really well.
Yeah, it did
Super
play well.
smooth, like responsive and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
No moon jump or like floaty jump. It was all the jump was good. Jumped when you actually press jump.
Yes.
Shot when you actually press shoot. Like,
Directional shooting.
had
as well,
directional, yeah.
And like quite similar to our Action Man episode. Actually, one of the things I wrote down, almost like word for word, what I wrote about the Action Man one, was level design's good, but straightforward, and like that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
because of all the challenges and obstacles.
with a
Yeah,
game like
involved in
this,
the level
it's
design.
fine because
Exactly.
you've got to learn so much.
Yeah, exactly. So like, even though it's like straightforward and it is what it is, like the obstacles and challenges involved in a straightforward level is what gives it its edge.
Yeah.
So like, you know, once again, tick, good marks and all that jazz. But yeah, no, it looks nice. The animation's nice. The sound is good on the whole. I would say, other than when you throw a bomb,
Yeah.
because that shit rips your ears up.
Oh yeah, it's just
It's
the
white
thing is,
fucking
it was
noise.
it was an old like video game technique to use white noise because it was an easy sound.
Yes.
So like if you play like an old Game Boy game, and you stand by like the sea, I always remember. I think it was in Pokemon. If you stand by the sea, it's just white noise, but like they just bring the volume up and then away again. It just sounds like a wave.
Yes.
And like
Clever, really, isn't it?
yeah, it's very clever.
Simple.
Very
Simple, but
clever. so, that was just what they were doing. I think it was just white noise, but it was disgusting.
It is bad,
Yeah, it
isn't it?
was
It's a
horrible,
bit
yeah.
hard to listen to.
It's like really in your face. Isn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the thing is, because like all
I
the
know,
other, all
I
the
know it's
other
meant to be a
sounds-
bomb, so it's gonna be loud, but it's like horribly.
Yeah,
Like,
and all
it-
the other sounds are like well integrated. Like the gun, like it's not overbearing. It's quite cool.
The monster
jumping
noises
sound.
are fine. Yeah.
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 So everything's relatively like on a similar level peg, and then suddenly you throw a bomb and it's like out of the fucking ether this like creature comes.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. You throw a bomb, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
So, so the level you start off, you've got like a mid boss. If you destroy them, you get money.
Yes.
You also get money from finding safes and destroying them,
Yes.
which I thought was a bit weird because the person's let you in their home or their hotel, whatever,
Yeah.
and you're just blowing up their safes and nicking their money.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit harsh. But anyway, so you do that, and then you earn money.
In fairness,
you
though,
die.
the wage is quite paltry.
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple grand for
Couple grand
For risking
like,
your
against
life.
a demon.
Yeah, 2 fucking demons. And all of the other little ghosts and flying cups and
one of the
cutlery in the
safes
meantime.
have a bomb in them.
yeah. One of the safes had a bomb in it.
She was prepared for this shit.
Yeah, she was ready that you were going to rob her.
Booby trapped her safe.
So I mean,
She knew.
considering she has had an attempt on your life, there's fucking cutlery and mugs flying around all over the place, ready to lob your head off when you're not looking. She has spikes in her living room.
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
She has spikes in her fucking living room.
Yep.
Then she's got a fucking like rat demon with cutlery ready to eat your face. And then if you kill him, you go upstairs and there's a fucking I don't even know what the fuck that shit
I
is.
don't know
It's
what
like
that thing was.
fuck knows what that shit is. It's like a fucking flower pot that took too much speed. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
it's like a cactus you'd see like in the middle of the Sahara Desert that no one's like got to.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's some
Yeah.
out of a worldly cactus.
Yeah. And I mean, considering all of that, she's basically just said, like, she's been at the door with you, and she's like, all right, just get all that shit sorted, and you get your $2,000. You think to yourself, $2,000, you know, it's going to be a pretty good day's work, you know. And you walk in, you're faced with all that shit. You'd be like, love, you're having a laugh. Look, and you'd be like, look, I'll be honest, I wasn't even going to do work. I was just going to crack your safe open, nick your money, and jump out the back window. But you put a bomb in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like way more than $2,000.
As if things aren't trying to kill me enough.
Yeah,
You're then putting bombs on.
And you're doing it by yourself. You don't have your team.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a one-man job. She's asking a lot for $2,000.
Yeah. So when you die, or you go back to the beginning of the level,
Yes.
you can spend your money and get upgrades.
Everything carries over.
Yeah. It looks like there's a fair amount of upgrades.
And if you beat like the middle boss, that remains beaten, and you can get paid for that beforehand as well. You can kind of duck out, and
so
she
you can
gives
duck
you
out,
like
get
$1,000 or something. And
So there's an item shop and there's a weapon shop. So item shop is like the bombs and like infrared
infrared
scope
goggles and
sort
stuff.
of thing.
Yeah.
And then the weapons were, I don't really know. So there's like what was it called? A barrier. So that was like 35,000.
Yeah.
So we obviously don't know what that does because we couldn't get
We
there.
are not getting that.
Yeah.
For $35,000.
I
It better
hope
do a
it
lot.
hope it doesn't like, makes you invincible.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, I can imagine like if you were to play this and like build up the money and unlock those, it would get easier.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
and it would stay fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a game called
It kind of scales with your upgrades, I imagine.
Yeah,
Which means that level of challenge stays there, but at the same time, you know, you feel like you're getting more capable and more powerful.
What game? Witcher 3. So like, you know how like in Skyrim and that your enemies level up with you,
Yes.
but Witcher 3 they don't.
Yes, that's true.
And there's a part early on in Witcher 3 where you can go off and get your ass handed to you.
Oh yeah.
Same in like Final Fantasy. And I like that when you go somewhere, get beaten up, you leave, and you know, I can't go there. But
It's
then
rewarding,
when
isn't
you
it?
come back at a higher level, you're like, I can take you down now.
Yes, and it's a challenge.
It's much more rewarding
It's
than
so
your enemies.
rewarding.
Because if your enemies level up with you, like in Skyrim, it gets a bit boring because...
Well, the thing is, you never have an easy time, but you never have a challenge either.
You have to up the difficulty.
Yeah.
But it should just be there.
And it feels a bit of a cop-out.
And like this, I can imagine, once you start getting upgrades...
I totally agree with you.
You really would feel like you're getting powerful and you'll
totally
want to carry on going.
Yeah, totally agree with you. But it's a nice dynamic as well because like a lot of games of like this 16-bit era and stuff, you know, they don't have that kind of continuation of things. Like a lot of platformers and stuff, like you know, like Aladdin, you know, classic platformers like that we've already done are good examples where it is a very polished and a really great game, but it is quite a straightforward platformer in the sense that once you're done, you're done. You don't really carry things over. It relies on simply your wits and stuff.
Yeah.
And although there are other games like Ghostbusters, they were of the minority, I think, where you kind of have this continuation of abilities and skills and stuff, and it's really refreshing, especially when it works like this, where money seems to kind of accumulate fairly and you can buy things fairly and adjust yourself according to the situation and be quite dynamic about it.
Yeah, I feel like when you play it, you'll buy an item and an upgrade and you'll be like, okay, let's see what this one does. So we bought a gun upgrade, didn't we? I can't remember what it was called.
Photon shell or
something like that, yeah. And then we were like, well, what does this do? I can't tell it's doing anything. Then we killed an enemy in one shot rather than like 7.
It was one we faced earlier.
So then we're like, so you look at that and you're like, right, that's a good upgrade.
Yeah.
But then, like, you might die or lose your life, start the game again. You might be like, oh, I'll buy this one, see what this does.
Yeah.
And then, like, so eventually you'll get to buy a good few of them. And then you'll, like, I don't know, kind of like, I want to compare it to something so people can, like, give people an idea. But, like, you then learn to buy the upgrades to suit your play style.
I was just about to say, yeah.
So, like, it's like picking a class at the beginning of a game. So, you'd work out, oh, yeah, right, this one worked really well for me, but I'm not... If there's like one for jumps, you're like, oh, I'm alright with the jumps. I don't need help with the jumps, so I'd rather buy a stronger gun.
Yes.
But if you were like crap at jumps, then yeah, fair enough, you'd buy this up. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
and I can imagine there's a lot of variety in there.
Well, it's exactly what I was thinking, because I was thinking actually it comes back to each of the characters having different abilities.
Yeah. So you'd also try them out.
Yeah. So for example, if someone was kind of like wanted to play quite avoidant, like they wanted to beat levels fast, get hit as few times as possible, but they weren't very good at shooting or aiming or any of that stuff. They could go for Egon, who's the one with like high speed, low stamina sort of thing, and they could have the speed, get upgrades to defend themselves, not necessarily for attacking, and go through run through like the little enemies, you know, grab what they need along the way, beat the boss, and just finish the level in that way. Whereas if somebody just wanted to challenge it head on, you could go for Dan Aykroyd, have heavy stamina and low speed, and just keep upgrading like your offensive capabilities. And just like tackle everything head on. So like it does have its like different like dynamic aspects. I suppose.
Definitely. But we couldn't work out if you could change character once you picked it.
It didn't seem like
like you could, did it?
No. Which is a shame.
And once you got in a level, it didn't seem like you could back out of it. So once you've accepted the contract, it doesn't look like you can back out of the contract.
Yeah, that is it.
You can just go back to the shop, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's fine. Like that's fine.
I mean, I get it on one level because I suppose like
you've started the level.
Yeah, and at the same time, if you think of it as you are playing and you're putting yourselves in the shoes of a company, once you've accepted a contract, you can't really back out of it without kind of like facing like dire consequences for like your future business.
If you accept a contract, you have to die.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, admittedly, like they're fucked if they do and they're fucked if they don't, because they've got bombs in safes and fucking cactuses ready to bite their heads off. And then if they leave that and they think, actually, fuck this isn't worth $2,000. Then when they walk out, be like, I'll tarnish your name. Fucking, what's it called? That website where you rate shit. TripAdvisor. Yeah, I'm going to give you no stars on TripAdvisor. And suddenly everyone's like, fucking hell, Ghostbusters is a bad place to go on holiday.
Yeah, they would think that if you rated them on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That Ghostbusters
but you know what I'm saying?
Hotel.
So they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't.
Yes.
But they might as well face it head on,
make some
try
money
and capture a few ghosts, get a bit of like cash on the hip, and just, like they say after you finish a level, hey, we've got some money now, let's have a party. They should have a party.
Yeah.
Chinese food, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Cheez-Its, and some Perrier water to wash you down at the end of the night. Beautiful.
Love. Sounds like a great night.
You know what they are missing? Rich cheese sandwiches.
Rich cheese sandwiches.
Now, I don't know if you guys have had these before, right? But they're by far the best cracker-based sandwich I could ever imagine.
I don't know if I've ever had a
crispy, well-baked cracker.
A rich cheese sandwich.
In between.
Dairy. What are those dairy
Dunkers?
No, not dairy Dunkers.
No.
They used to make the sandwiches. Lunchables.
No.
Fucking.
That's a cracker-based sandwich.
No, they were not good.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
You would have ham.
Yeah, but it was
cheese,
like cheap
cracker,
processed ham,
and you
cheap
always had
processed
something
cheese
left, like way too much like cheese left over, or maybe just way too many crackers left over. If you
I always had too many crackers left over, and then it's shit because that's the worst thing to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Up your sandwiches.
Yeah, but I was greedy because what I'd like to do.
You should have loads of little sandwiches.
You ate it all. I ate it all. It's the same fucking intake of food, just eaten differently.
He really took offence to that.
He did, didn't he?
I was a fat kid. That's it's all coming back to me. It's like a Vietnam flashback. But no, what I would do is I'd have cracker, right? And then I'd be like, okay, how many bits of ham is it? No, listen, cracker. And how many bits of ham? It's like, 6 bits of ham. Okay.
6?
Yeah, they had 6 bits of ham and 6 bits of cheese. So I was like, okay.
Oh, right, I thought you meant you put 6 on.
No, I put 5 on.
Oh my god.
And then 5 of cheese, and then cracker. So I had, it was like, what's 10? Decker. It's a Decker cracker lunchable. Fuck off. and I'll just like try and eat it in one, just like, and I would fucking love that. And then I was like, oh shit, now I've got like 7 crackers and like 1 ham and 1 cheese. So I was like, okay, I'll eat the ham and eat the cheese. Oh, I've got 7 crackers. What do I do now?
Throw away the
crackers.
crackers.
That's what you do. That's how you eat a fucking Lunchable. Fuck you.
That really went off on a tangent. We went from Ghostbusters to Dairy Lunchables.
And how to eat them properly. Right, shall I do some little reviews of this game?
Let's do it, man.
Now, you'll be surprised how difficult it is to find stuff for this game.
Was it not a particularly
there wasn't
popular one then?
I don't know, but there wasn't I don't know. There wasn't like a Wikipedia page dedicated to it and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting. Maybe we should write one.
Right. So this is Sega's. I don't even know. Don't even know.
Well, the website.
Yeah.
Sega Scrutiny. Sega.
Oh,
It's a
Scrutiny. It's a blog.
It's a blog. So it's a blog called Sega Scrutiny on blogspot.co.uk. So
Yeah. So this
check that
fella,
out.
he gave presentation a 6, gameplay an 8,
Okay.
graphics a 6, sound a 7, lasting appeal 5,
Overall.
6.4 out of 10.
Okay. Interesting.
So just a bit better than middle of the road.
Yeah, I guess so.
The other review we'll be looking at is the Mean Machines Arcade. Right. So
Cool looking website, actually.
yeah, it looks really
It's
nice.
very
isn't it?
it's like typically fucking retro.
Yeah. Their overall score was 80%.
Okay.
So quite high.
Well, yeah, like 8 out of 10. Okay. Are these the only two we can find?
That's the only two. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Like the one guy's just going like above average, and the Mean Arcade, whatever it was, are going as a really good game. Basically, they're giving it, a very generous score.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the only two we can go off, and I understand what they're saying. But where would you two put things?
I'd put it. I mean, for its time, obviously.
Yeah,
I'd put it like.
Is this a good time to get the call wall up?
Could do.
Could do.
Because we can just do like a little analysis of it first, and then decide where we place it. So for you watching on YouTube, you can now see our lovely call wall.
Our new upgraded call wall.
Our new upgraded. Steph has been putting in the fucking work right now.
I put the
Check
time
this
in.
shit out. We've got dates, we've got developers and publishers, and we've got whether we gave it a cash grab or not.
Now you'll notice something interesting that
We give most of them cash grabs.
well, most of them cash grabs, but all the ones at the bottom are cash grabs. Okay, and and the ones at the top are not a cash grab.
Leave a comment if you want Steph to colour code it by console.
Adam seems to want me to colour code it by console. I think that would just be a colourful nightmare.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
it'd be amazing.
Hang on.
Because you can see, just in the same way, but at a quicker glance, which consoles perform better.
We should get a PO box so people can send us Ritz cheese sandwiches in the mail.
You can set that up, mate.
Yeah, should I?
I'll let you set that one up.
Should I?
Do you reckon Ritz have a Twitter page?
Find
Of course
them.
they do, yeah.
We could.
We can
explore
I'm going to
this.
send them a direct message. I am. I'm going to send them a direct message talking about this episode,
Oh.
and I'm going to say, look, this is our episode. We
I'll be
really
very
love
interested
your
to
we
try
really love
one,
your
because
cracker-based snacks.
I'm
Get in
not-
contact. Cracker-based snacks. What a great
That
series
is
of words.
It is, isn't it?
Cracker-based snacks.
After Dairy's though, I'm a bit hesitant. So I'll be happy because Ritz is a good quality one. So I'll be happy if Ritz was to change my mind on it. But after Dairy, I don't know.
I'm going to contact both of them and just. I'll go down.
Try your
I'll go
luck.
down the fake cheese ladder.
Anyway, so Ghostbusters, where would you put it?
Okay, well, like, I think it's like, I don't think it's one of like the best looking games at the time, but it's solid.
I'd say it's
Yeah,
definitely a
solid.
solid game.
Yeah, and I think the audio is the same, not like the best ever, but solid. I think the gameplay, on the other hand, is like really fucking good and rewarding, especially considering what we're talking about with like the customization. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
there's
blah,
a
blah,
lot of
blah.
replayability
Yeah.
to it. Yeah,
I mean, I'd be inclined to give it like a 7.5 and 8 out of 10 if I was going to rate it
I think.
for the given like for the time.
Yeah,
Sega
I'll
Gen,
probably go like
Sega
7.5.
Megadrive,
Yeah, I'd
so-
probably go around 7.
yeah.
I think, yeah. Mostly for the replayability and the customization. I
Yes.
think that
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
swings it.
If that wasn't in it,
it would be
it
a
would be a
much
very
more
different game.
static
It'd be a more
game,
shallow
wouldn't it?
game.
It would just be so shallow. Yeah.
It'd be like a slightly more polished Wayne's World.
Ooh.
No, it still wouldn't be that
It'd
bad.
be a lot better than
Okay.
Wayne's World.
still be better than that.
Okay.
It would be like kind of like Action Man, but Action Man had different paths you could take, so
Yes,
that really helped. But that was their way of doing it.
Yeah.
But this way of doing it is just by doing it with like different upgrades and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
So the levels are the
exactly.
same. You can't do it a different way, but you just have better upgrades.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Definitely.
So the cool wall.
Yes.
Top 5: GoldenEye, Warriors, Hercules, Aladdin, Harry Potter, and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes. And in
Bottom 5: Spider-Man 1, Little Nicky, Back to the Future Part 1, The Crow, and Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
So this is on the Mega Drive. So we have a few games on the Mega Drive SNES era.
I'm getting closer
And
just
they're-
because I can't see it from where I am. Yeah.
They're all across the board.
So
good.
like we've got like Moonwalker in 8th for the Mega Drive, and then we've got
Aladdin
Aladdin up in
four.
4th.
And we got Wayne's World Snares at 17th.
Yeah, right at the bottom. Okay. Okay, I think... I think I know where I'm going to put it.
All right, Ad, do you have an idea?
I know where I'm going to put mine, yeah.
Ooh. Go on, then, Adam, you go first.
17.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. No, I think having not... I wasn't around for the Moonwalker or Action Man, that side of things. I think I'm going to stick it just underneath Street Fighter the movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of middle of the board, kind of in 7th place.
Yeah.
Actually,
7th or 8th?
I'm going to stick
would be in
I'm going to
7th.
stick it
Oh,
above
eight.
Street Fighter. Actually, thinking back to Street Fighter, I'm going above Street Fighter.
Yeah, valid. Tom?
You know what? I went for exactly the same thought process as you. I would put it below Street Fighter the movie, and then I thought about it. Yeah, exactly the same place, below Goosebumps.
Yeah.
So I'm
Awesome.
spot on with Adam. Spot on.
All right, well, it doesn't even matter what I say.
Well, what would
No,
you?
but what would you?
Out of
Go on.
interest, come on.
You wouldn't put it above Goosebumps because you fucking love it. So you would put it there too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boom. There's already data here.
Shut up, Excel. It's not my fault I don't know how to use
There we
you.
go. Fucking hell. So what's that? 7th place, Steph?
7th place. We've got Goosebumps and Ghostbusters right next to each other, which is funny because I kept saying we're doing Goosebumps earlier.
Exactly. Foreshadowing.
So we got one thing left to fill on the goal wall.
Is it a cash grab or
Is
not?
it a cash grab or not?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna say. Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to say no as well.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say yes.
Is it
Any film that has that much product placement is doing most of its thought process relating to revenue.
Okay.
And to release it just that...
Would you have said that, considering Dan Aykroyd wrote it and stuff? I think it was a hell of a creative project.
I
think
mean, I
the
completely get...
advertising deals come afterwards because they need the
Writing
revenue.
it is one thing. So him coming up with the creation of Ghostbusters, that's one thing. That's a completely creative process. That's an artist doing his thing. Making the movie and monetizing it is something completely different. I'm pretty sure Dan Aykroyd wasn't the one going, maybe we should have some coke here.
As in...
Dan Aykroyd may have said that at some points during the making of the movie.
During the writing stage, after the writing stage. I reckon Dan Aykroyd is a gummer. He gums his coke.
Yeah.
He doesn't fuck about. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
He doesn't scoot.
You know what? I'm kind of
You know what I
changing
mean?
my mind.
Yeah, you know.
Changing your mind. Go
On
on.
what?
You think it's a cash grab?
No, you're not
Because-
meant to do research. We're meant to talk from the heart, you fucking
Well, now he's
turnip.
done research. You can't go back. Go on.
Yeah, but there's been 1,
Fuck's
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ghostbusters games before this one even came out.
Boom.
Do you know what I mean? So it does feel like it feels like Sega got the rights to it now. Like, right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
So Sega had a go. They threw their hat in the ring and made a game as well.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my mind as
And
well.
Fucking hell.
Because I think Steph's right.
Still in my
Because
thunder.
the
I
thing
was
is-
the winner, and you guys.
and I interrupted you about talking about Dan Aykroyd's coke habit,
Yeah.
and then just agreed with Steph.
But
You know
the
what,
thing
Steph?
is,
Well done.
if that wasn't the case, I'd say it wasn't because they put a lot of work into it. But I feel like
I mean, it has had a
Yeah,
bit
it-
of love,
it
a love
puts
gone
some
into
love
it.
Yeah.
You know? It's
But-
not not just thrown out there as a quick to grab a quick.
because
buck or
of
two.
this, it's clear that they've got 6 rival games. Obviously, like the Atari 2600 version isn't going to be in the same league as
No, yeah,
because
of
that
course,
console's
of course.
gone. But
Yeah,
they're still like, right, we've got these other versions to look at, and we've got to, we've got to stand up and do it ourselves.
Yeah.
the Atari 2600 has just gone 40 years old.
Yeah, I saw that.
Has
How
it?
fucking crazy is that?
Damn.
40 years old.
Holy shit!
Sorry.
Yeah,
Thought I'd
so
chuck it out there.
but because of that, I think it is a cash grab because they are like, right, this is obviously doing well. It's been 6 games so far. Nintendo been flying them out.
Okay, I've changed my mind. It is a cash grab. Steph, you're not meant to do research. We're meant to be shit
I'm
at things.
sorry, I'm
We're
doing
meant
research.
to be really fucking poor.
But all right, if this was the only Ghostbusters game, what would you still say it's a cash grab?
Yeah, for all the reasons previously stated.
Well, the product placement.
Yeah, and the fact that it's 6 months after the last movie, so it come out around about the same sort of time.
Yeah,
maybe
but
home
I don't
release.
know. I don't
Maybe
know if
home
that,
release sort of time.
I don't know if that really
That is
like.
a point, actually. That would
Because
be
that's just
close to
marketing
home release.
sense. It
I mean,
wouldn't
there's a
make
whole-
sense to
there's a
release
whole
like.
That is true.
franchise.
That is true. We can't
Yeah,
get
but
locked in a marketing
Imagine if
sense
they
and also
released a
cash
Small
grab.
Soldiers game now. You'd be
Yeah,
like,
but-
well, what the fuck's
But
this
there's
doing?
a whole
Well, I'd fucking buy that
franchise.
shit.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Yeah,
Archer
I'd
Leader, the
definitely-
organizer was great.
Chip Hazard, mate.
No, but there's
All
a
the
whole
fucking
franchise like
Oh.
world that goes along with Ghostbusters,
Yeah, there
which is
yeah.
why they've made another movie in 2016. Which is why there's action figures and stuff still about of Ghostbusters. It's a franchise world.
Hang on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Remain. Can I just ask
Leave.
something?
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
It's like Brexit all over again.
Yeah.
Basically, right, in the new Ghostbusters, Kristen Wiig is one of the people, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay, I love her.
Okay.
I really love her. So if there are action figures, can I suggest a Christmas present? Can I have a Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters action figure for Christmas, please?
You've asked like a year too late.
No. Christmas is in...
No.
No, the film
Yeah,
came out in
it's
2016. You dick.
Christmas is in. Wait a minute, it's on my
No,
piece
but
of
they-
paper.
yeah. I wrote the date of Christmas down.
I was going to be like, it's June the 8th at the moment.
It changes every year.
Hang on, no. Like, you can buy them still, of course.
Can you?
Like eBay or some shit, there'll be a Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters action figure. So, like, all I'm saying is that...
Set up your PO box. Maybe a listener will be kind enough to
No,
send.
they never would. They'll just buy me loads of crackers and then watch me get... And then they'll just, like, watch me get fat. And then...
On a podcast?
Yeah. No, because, like, they'll watch me, like, doing my reactions to films and stuff, because we're going to do that. I'll just get, like, a little bit drunk and then laugh at things, I guess. But like, they'll just watch me getting fat and destitute and realising life's meaningless because all I do is eat crackers all day. And then they'll just, like, point the finger at me and laugh and be like, all he wanted was a fucking toy. And then I'll never get it.
Brutal. I think Adam's found a picture.
Yes, that's
of...
her, Kristen Wiig. Can we put a picture of that up on the episode? It's
Ah.
like that. Sorry,
Well,
I need
You make me edit more things. Which one is she?
the one on the far left.
Okay, I definitely have to put it up there now because we're talking about the thing.
Yeah. So I would like to suggest one of those. My Christmas present. Thank you, please. Thank you.
All right, I'd write it down. We'll try and find it.
Yes. Sorry. Go back to your point, Adam.
I didn't make one.
You were. I interrupted
Did
you.
I? Well, I can't remember now.
I
So
knew
shouldn't
it.
have- shouldn't have interrupted me.
I'm sorry. I always interrupt you. I'm really sorry.
There's been so many Ghostbusters games.
Okay.
Though.
So are we unanimous in
Yeah, cash grab.
Yeah, it is a cash grab.
But it's a good cash grab.
It's a hell of a cash grab. In fact, it's possibly one of the best cash grabs we've had.
Nope, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh.
And we were mixed on GoldenEye,
Yeah, we were.
but I think more of us said not a cash grab than cash grab, didn't we?
No, there was 4 of us at the time, wasn't it?
Oh,
So
was
it
it
was
2 on 2?
2 and 2. Yeah.
So there's
I think
no
you
way
might have
to-
changed. Someone might have changed their opinion later or something.
I think
but it was
Scott
after-
changed his mind, but
Yes, he did, but it was too late. He'd committed. Because
That one-
basically, I convinced him with a talk of rhetoric, and I was like, "He's young and impressionable. I can make him come to the dark side," and he did. And then, as soon as he had some time away from me, he was like, "Actually, I think Tom's wrong."
like no, I'm not.
I'm not wrong.
Okay, so that's that then.
That is it. So, Ghostbusters for the Sega Megadrive is a cash grab, but a fucking great cash grab.
And
Great cash grab.
I fully recommend it.
Yes. What's that? Kristen Rig Tom Christmas. Fuck no. What do you mean fuck no?
I mean, it's not going to happen.
That's
Yeah.
fucking harsh, isn't it?
Maybe you don't get it for Christmas.
I know what you're going to do.
Maybe you get it for Boxing Day.
You're going to get me a different character, aren't you? I know what one you're going to get me.
I don't know any of their names, so
yeah, but look, you know what one.
would you be really annoyed if I bought you like a Slimer?
I've got one.
I think you'd love it.
Oh, you got a Slimer?
Yeah, I've got an old Slimer from when the movie was like first released.
I'll
I
give
think
you
it
a
was
Slimer.
Kev's or something.
Oh, okay.
Kev is my brother, for listeners, by the way. He's older than me.
Yeah, in case anyone's wondering
In
who the
case
hell
anyone's
Kev
wondering
is.
how the kind of like time works. He's an older brother.
Oh, it makes so much sense
It
now.
does make a lot more sense, doesn't
He's
it?
a younger brother, but he's older than me.
Yeah. Makes more sense to me. Okay, so that's it. Let's call
Well,
it.
thank you, Dan. That was a lot of fun.
Daniel Martinez,
That
you're the
was
man.
very good.
Keep suggesting them, and
Just string 'em.
like throwing them over to us. And
Oh, we'll have a look at your other list because you have given us like
A fair few.
11 or
That's a good
12.
point.
And if
But-
anyone else has any ideas, chuck those
Yeah,
over
anyone
as
else
well.
have a look. We do pay attention.
yes, we do have a little mini series coming out soon. We've just got to do some little fine tuning on it called Cashing In, where
Yep.
we're just doing like half an hour gameplay episodes.
Around half hour, might go a little bit longer.
Yeah. Just of like franchises we've already analysed, just offshoot games.
yeah,
and stuff like that.
So, well, we can say the first episode's going to be Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup on
Yeah.
the PS2.
Yeah, well, great.
So so that's the first one.
Yep, it's not like we've already played it or anything, isn't it, Steph?
Right, so we played it, recorded it, and something went wrong. We have to do it again. Tom's really excited about it.
Yeah, great. Fucking. Actually, I didn't actually get to play it,
Yeah, there you go. Now you get a chance.
so I will play it. Okay, that's something. Got something to look.
Going to be
forward
exciting.
Okay, so look out for that, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on SoundCloud, follow, and you can also find us on iTunes. And if you're on iTunes, thanks for listening.
And
Follow us
we're
up on Twitter.
and Twitter and Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Boom.
All Cash Grab podcast.
Damn
Nice,
straight.
nice and easy.
Damn straight. Get
Very
in
easy.
contact. Catch you next time.
All right.
Later.
Later.
See ya.